Welcome to VH Drive Right Orientation Video Part 1. We're just going to go through some of the parts of the vehicle to kind of get yourself familiar with all the different gauges and the instrument panel and things that you need to start driving. Okay, first we're going to start on the door. Okay, the driver's side door has a door lock and door open. This will unlock your door and open your door. These two buttons will roll down your window or roll up your window. Push it down and the window will actually go down, and pull it back and the window will go up. This is for driver's side and this is for passenger side. This R and L button is for your outside mirrors. You push whatever side you want. Let's say we're going to do our left, and I start adjusting, and notice the mirror will actually start moving. Okay? Do the same for the right side and that mirror will move. This is your door lever. This is how you open the door and when you're done with your drive. Over here we have your parking brake. It says push to release. When you put on your parking brake, push it to release it, push to release. This is your lights. Right now you hear a warning bell go off. That warning bell tells you that you've left your lights on. Okay? This circle means there's an automatic light. So this is automatic. It will take care of itself. When it's nighttime, your lights will come on, and when it's day, they'll be off. This is your turn signal branch. I push up for a right turn. I touch to cancel. A good technique to use with this is not to grab the whole branch. When I'm using the turn signal, push it up with my fingers and tap it to cancel it. Push it down, tap to cancel. A lot of students will grab this to turn it, and they end up turning the windshield wipers on. If you notice all of the information here, this is for your windshield wipers. You have a mist, and then you can turn them on. It will have an intermittent. As you twist it, this will control the speed of your wipers. Okay. On your steering wheel, you have a cruise control, and you have some radio control buttons. These two gauges, this is your tachometer. This will tell you how many RPMs the engine is revving, and this is your speedometer, miles per hour. It will tell you how fast the car is going. You have a fuel gauge and a temperature gauge, which indicate how warm the car is running. Okay, if we look down below, there's two pedals. The vertical pedal, all the way to the right, is your gas pedal, and then your horizontal pedal in the middle is your brake. For most brake applications, you only need to apply a little bit, and this will be enough to stop the car. In an emergency, you'll probably have to push it more aggressively. But this is about all the braking application to come to a smooth stop. On the seat, we have a horizontal bar that will adjust your seat. I'll lift this bar up and my seat will go forward and back. And then I have another adjustment on my seat. Pull this and it will go forward and back. A lot of cars will also have power operated seats, and those gauges will be usually on the side here. And that pretty much takes care of this side of the vehicle for the instrument panel and kind of getting yourself familiar with the controls of the car. So we'll get back to you and we'll talk about the other side in part 2. Welcome back to VH Drive Right, part 2 of vehicle orientation. So we've covered this side of the car. Now we're going to cover this side of the car, the different controls and gauges for the vehicle. In the van that you'll be driving, this is the gear select. Okay. Notice how it has some safety mechanisms attached to it. I can't just pull it and put it into gear. For this, I'm going to move the car over. It has a safety component where I can't just put it into gear. I need to apply the brake to shift it in gear and back and forth. I also need to move the gear selector over, as you see, because of the plastic won't allow you to go straight down. So move it over. The first one is reverse, the second one is neutral, and then you can also see it corresponds with the light right here. N for neutral, I'm in D for drive. This particular vehicle, which we will not use during driver's ed, has a shifting component by moving it to the left and right for high and low gears. Okay. Right now I'm in park. The whole time I did that, my foot was on the brake, so the vehicle didn't move. So this is your gear select, and this is your gear select indicator, PRND. the light lights up to the corresponding gear. Okay, now we're going to talk about the radio. Well, there's not too much to talk about. You guys probably all know how to operate the radio. For driver's ed purposes, you won't be using it. So you guys could figure that out at home and on your own. These gauges down here, this controls the cabin temperature, air conditioning, heat, defog. It's real important that you know how to operate this and operate this quickly, because if the temperature changes or rain and your windows fog up, you need to quickly defog them, possibly while you're driving. So this, with a little fan, indicates the fan intensity. All the way to the left is low, moving it all the way to the right is high, and you could hear that the fan is blowing at a high rate. On this side, this is your AC. If that light is illuminated, your AC is on. My AC is off. Okay, so right now the fan is just blowing whatever air temperature is outside. When I apply the AC, the air conditioning, now it's going to blow a colder temperature. This has dual control, so you have a temperature setting for the passenger and a temperature setting for the driver. There's an indicator bar, and just turn it whether you want cold or warm. Okay. This also has a rear control, which turns on a rear fan and rear controls. These different buttons on the side indicate where the fan is blowing the air. Right now it's blowing at your face and feet, just your feet. This is where we talk about if the window fogs up and you need to defog quickly, you'll press this button or this button and the air will be blown onto your windshield, equalizing the temperature, defogging your window. This back here is your rear defog, so you could use that also if that rear window is fogging up. We have slides on the vents that help control the direction of where the air is blowing. So that takes care of your air conditioning, heat, and also defogger. Other things that we need to do, we talked about adjusting your mirrors. On the fly, if you're driving, you want to grab one-handed and move it if you need to make a small adjustment, but all those adjustments should be done prior to the drive. If you're driving and it's at night, you have what's called a high beam. If I flip this forward, it will take the glare that's coming from cars' headlights behind you and make it not as bright. So that pretty much takes care of this side of the vehicle. For your car orientation, for the first thing to do, remember, take some time at home getting yourself familiar with your car. Now you have the opportunity to get familiar with the car that you'll be driving in for driver's ed. So thanks again. Thanks for watching VH Drive Right.